part of you. They're going to say, okay, go fuck yourself. We don't need you. You know, and their terms of service have changed and are written up so loosely that when my lawyer actually read them, they said they left so many loopholes in it that you can interpret that they can say, no, we meant this, or we meant that, and they could change it on the fly. You know, so basically she's saying that you're not allowed to express yourself on this site if it comes in any way, shape, or form that they deem in a harassing way. Like with the free OBS over Twitter, you know, when they turned around and they said, like, you know, in fact, let me go find that fucking one. Where was that tweet? I actually just retweeted it earlier, too.
Yeah, you had brought up the picture about it, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I haven't been home on my Twitter all day. I've been going through everybody else's shit. I actually, just so, you know, y'all Twitch folks know, since you treat me with such respect, and, you know, since there was Twitch bitch snitches, you know, back in the heyday, I did go and already send emails to Xbox and Sony, voicing my concern of I don't want to buy either of these systems if this is the type of experience I'm going to get from buying your systems. You know, and, you know, people go, oh, well, you're going to fuck it up. No, I'm not going to fuck it up. You know, I'm trying to straighten it out. You know, there's people that stream that, you know, I'm sorry if you're looking to make $1 million from streaming, you're not gonna. So just kind of accept that.
You might make $5.
Yeah, in order to make tons of money, like I iterated earlier before I even came on the call, you'd need to have like League of Legends World Champion numbers. You need to have MLG Anaheim numbers. You need to have Evo numbers. You need to have the TI3 numbers. You need to really have those type of numbers in order to even remotely see more revenue than what you're putting in. And no one right now gets those type of numbers on Twitch.
No.
Most people just want to.
Here's what they wrote. They wrote to SMT923. Yes, we don't negotiate with Twitter terrorists. Thinking about adding 1 day per hashtag free OBS tweet to that channel suspension. That's how they responded. And I never asked people to go tweet the free OBS, but I had to ask them to stop because I was trying to get unbanned, obviously, in the beginning.
Well, I like how they take something like that as offense and like they take it just the wrong way, like a total 180 from what it's supposed to be, which is people speaking up for something they think is wrong.
Instead of something they enjoy.
Yeah, they don't really respond to it with any legitimate like tact. They just kind of, these guys are annoying us now, so we're just gonna be annoyed.
I would annoy him back. I would annoy him back. Let him. You know, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. I'm just going to tell you need to find a home that you feel comfortable at. Like I said, I'm over here at Ustream. I like it. You know, I mean, there was people that, where they want their little smiley faces and all that. I'm sure I can, if I put the time in, I'm sure there's a way for me to do that on the site on my own.
Yeah, man, I gotta say, if I left Twitch, I would really miss Kappa and Franker Z.
Yeah, that's what everybody likes the most, that Kappa symbol. It's like that guy from Justin, like I forgot his last name, but Josh, that's his face, by the way. For people who don't know in the chat, he was admin at Justin TV. His name was Josh. I forgot his last name right now. I think it begins with an A. They took his face and a bunch of little things around the site and created. And he was the original. He is basically the Kappa face that you see all the time. Okay. So that's
he's like the Kappa of Twitch.
Yeah. So it's like everyone uses his face because he it's like, it's almost like that's the Twitch version of LOL, basically. Like you could say whatever you want and throw Kappa at the end.
What's the is there a scientific name for a furry?
No, it's just a furry. That's their thing,
Homo first sapien. But they could be a furry and be into girls, so that would be a hetero first sapien.
Well, there's girl furries too.
Oh, is there? See, I don't know. You guys gotta understand. I'm an old. I'm an old fuck here. So this whole furry thing, and
try hard.
Yeah, it's just not. Not my thing. But explain this whole furry thing to me.
The furry community, basically. Okay, like I'm probably gonna bring up Wiki too as well, so I'm not politically incorrect and I don't get flamed to hell on my Twitter. But all right, like
so
the
here's
furry
what
thing
happens.
is you can
Furries
think
yiff in
of.
hell.
But like basically furries, you could think of it as a sexual orientation where they see themselves spiritually as that specific animal that they want to represent. So let's say like Hara, he has himself there as some wolf with blue streaks that glows or some nonsense like that. That's what he sees himself as, like truthfully. So therefore, like, they basically everything they do would try to encompass or embody that animal or whatever. But what's funny is what a lot of furries don't know is a long time ago when that culture was first on the rise in like the early 60s, like into the 70s, a lot of people who were claiming furry actually did believe into bestiality because that was the closest they could ever get to doing that. But like it strayed from that now, and now it's like everyone runs around, oh yeah, I'm a rabbit, oh hey, I'm a tiger, oh that girl over there, she's a dragon. Like it's any type of anthropomorphic type animal that stands upright that wears clothes or doesn't wear clothes. That's what it is. Like that's what their whole community is based on. Like you see them at anime conventions, you see them, they have their own conventions that they throw as well, but like that's the main of what furries are.
You ever heard of a fursona, guys?
I'm assuming that's your alter fur ego.
There you go.
All right, so now help me understand this. All right, I'm gonna be a pelican. Well, that's not furry. It has to be furry, right?
No, it doesn't
Sure
matter.
you don't want
It's
to be a
someone- no,
hamster?
It doesn't
I'm
matter
gonna
because
be.
like,
You know what? I'm a guinea pig.
all right.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like
Okay.
I said, it doesn't matter. Like there's like they could be whatever you want. Like as long as it's an animal,
And
pertains
make
to
sure that when you draw your avatar, it looks sort of anime, not like entirely anime, just 40% anime.
just the eyes, like the eyes.
Yeah, just
just the eyes. Anything
All right,
else?
so
whatever.
wait,
As long as your eyes-
so let me figure this out here. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm truly like ignorant to this. So I'm a hamster. I mean a guinea pig. Now I see some chick because I'm into chicks, and she's a wolf. And
probably.
am I not allowed to be
She-
her? Am I not allowed to be
Well,
with her because I'm a guinea
No,
pig?
no. That's up to your both. That's up to both of you, basically, when it comes down to it. But you got to realize, since she's a wolf, then she might be a little bit more hardcore into furry than you are, and might be in a way where she won't mingle with people outside of what her specific furry, selection is. So it's like, oh, that guy's a fucking like a rodent. What the hell? We eat that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like
So-
it might be something like that.
So I'll have to be more like a dragon, and she'd be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
so-
you're a dragon." I'd be like, "Yeah, bitch, I'll be dragging my
knows?
nuts on your face in 5 minutes."
It all depends. Like I said, furries, they're the anthropomorphic animals that exhibit like, human intelligence and facial expression. So it's basically making animals go beyond what you see in cartoons and shit. Like you could say Donald Duck and the nonsense are furries because, they do human like things and like they have their own houses and nonsense and living. That's basically like you can take that and just run with it. Just go as far as you can.
Wait, where is he? Hold on. Orochioni, man, you're the man. I'm a furry now. Check this out, guys. I am officially a furry. Here is my furry avatar.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. I see it, man. I can see you. Like, I can see you there.
I see me there too, man. I feel my spirit leaving me and
Yeah.
entering the PC right now. I
Yeah,
have,
this
I
is
have an
just
urge
like a-
right now to go eat a piece of lettuce.
Oh my god.
But if you legit, like, let's say if you legit decided to go fuck it tomorrow, I'm a hamster and all that shit, I swear you are the most original furry on the planet. I've never ever in my life heard,
I am the
seen,
original. I am the
or
king of the
anyone-
guinea
yeah,
pigs,
you are
man.
like literally original furry, yo. You like Hamtaro.
Is this a
type
challenge?
shit.
Am I about to find some horrible guinea pig furry porn right
Yeah,
now?
I swear I've never seen like furry guinea pigs in my life.
Oh god, James, you gotta pioneer this.
Oh, let me tell you
This,
something. I just split up with my wife, but if I go back down to Ecuador, I got 500 guinea pigs down there right now.
Wow.
So, and I mean, depending on what the people who rent out of the house that I own down there fucking ate, but if they didn't eat all of them, then I'll go film some fucking guinea pig porn.
Wait a minute. You know what's pretty funny actually? Wait a minute. Isn't there that guy? I forgot. I think he's from down south. I'm trying to think where that he goes to Evo and he wears that suit, that animal suit. I swear to God, I saw him in pictures.
Who, Fire Liger?
I think, yeah, he wears that fucking furry suit. That's straight up a furry suit. That's exactly what that is.
Hold on. Yo. They
That's dedication.
calling you. I just messaged him. He actually been hitting me up during the chat.
Yeah, I swear to God. I swear to God. Yo, that's that shit, yo. Because if you type that shit in Google Images or whatever, you see stuff like that. Like here. I'll give you an example. Don't worry, it won't. It's not like porn and shit, but
I gotta save this picture. So
yeah. Like, look, click that one right there. Like, see that? Like, you see them at the convention. Everyone's standing around. They're the people wearing the suits, yo. I swear, there's one of those dudes at Evo. I swear to God.
yeah, Fiyah Ligar from Florida. He's a cool cat.
Yeah, yeah.
Note the beautiful eyes and
Yeah, see, the eyes have to be as
Place
big as
hair.
possible. Like, they have to be like insanely big. Like,
aesthetically, this is not my favorite internet fetish. Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's not my cup of tea, but hey, you know what? I'm a guinea pig now. Fuck that.
Furries are, whatever. It's like, okay, now that we have guinea pigs covered,
Representing guinea pigs, yo.
I
yeah,
swear
yeah.
I've never seen Vinny. I'm telling you, never, ever.
I'm actually a scyther.
Yeah.
I don't even know what
Most
the
of the
fuck, I don't
time,
even know what the hell that is.
It's a Pokemon, man. Come on.
Oh, that's why I don't
Yes.
know what it is.
You come on. I know you play Mortal Kombat. but-
I've never touched Pokemon in my life, but I will say this: I sat with Triforce when he was waiting to get the Wii U at the release, and they had all the Pokemons at the wall at the Nintendo store, and I was like, why do I find myself looking at every Pokemon? And I did a whole episode on this, and every Pokemon either represents a vagina or a cock.
Whoa.
Look at them and break it
What?
down, and there's always some part of them that like just straight up looks like a dick or a vagina, And I was just like,
Okay, I'm seeing it now. Bulbasaur.
can't unsee. That's right.
Once you
Can't
see it, you can't undo it.
Bellsprout. No. Oh God.
So I mean, and like I said, I got no qualms about whatever fucking anybody's into. My whole thing is, it's like, look, Chocolate Lucky Charms. This is the furry edition.
Yeah. Now we're just. Oh, it's furries, man. We love furries, by the way.
And again, I have no qualms with that. I have no qualms with, I got to stress this out there before somebody fucking message me, go, man, you're racist and you're homophobic. And no, I'm not. I don't give a fuck what
It's
you
the
do.
furry race.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what anybody does. My whole thing is, it's be a professional. Who's representing the salmon?
Yeah, you see big. Yeah, I was about to say that. Yo, this guy's a salmon now. Yo, holy shit.
Now the furry community is still debating on whether or not salmons can be furries.
Yeah. I mean, they allow every damn thing else. I mean, you know what it is? Because they mostly flock to, like, those animals that are like wolves or tigers, cats,
Strong,
dogs, rabbits.
leaders,
Yeah, those type of things, yeah.
And things that can be cute, I guess. I don't know, man.
Listen, you type furry on DeviantArt, you'll get, like, every animal on the planet. But I've never, like I said, I've never seen, like,
If you guys
hamsters or
really
any of
want
that in
to
my
know what
life.
furry stuff is, just check out Fur Affinity. There's your one-stop shop for everything that you need to know, and just go from there. Go from there on how you feel about the whole thing. Personally, I just want to play video games.
Unfortunately, and this is one of the things that, kind of irks me with this scene, gaming scene as well. I find people forcing them. Now, look, and I said this before, I'm not all for gay marriage. I call it something else, but give them all the rights of a heterosexual couple. But does that make me a bad person? Does that mean I hate them? No, I want you to have the same rights. But at the same time, and I don't want to get too political on this, but too many people in this scene are forcing their pussification, their softness down my throat. I like to drink beer, smoke cigarettes, and curse like a fucking drunken sailor. I'm not gonna go to a fucking convention, dressed up as a fucking Pokemon or a fucking a furry, well, maybe a guinea pig now. But I'm just gonna do me, and I'm not going to jump on you and tell you what you do is wrong. But don't come to me and tell me what I do is wrong. You know, we can
Yeah, see,
we can
kind of
coexist.
that's kind of what happened on the opposite side here. Like the people that feel that are acting defensive are kind of being offensive, and that's just weird.
You know, I mean, I'm a type of guy that just says, yo, let it ride. I don't give a shit. As long as you ain't fucking around with kids, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Well, kids and animals. If you're fucking animals, I got problems with you, dude. I'm sorry. You know,
Yeah.
if you're trying to put your junk in a guinea pig, odds are I'm gonna fuck you up if I see you. Very simple.
Yeah, that's not cool with me either. But you know, as far as this guy goes, and as far as the rest of the community goes, nobody everyone pretty much shares your opinion on the matter. Like nobody really wants to get in other people's business. So why that's really that involved past a joke is
Because what had happened was it got to the point, and this is where, like I said, guys that are angry for being banned stay to the topic at hand. It's the ban, not his sexuality, and not the fact that he wants to dress up like fucking My Little Pony. You know, not the issue. Nor should people.
it's the
be telling-
principle
yeah.
of the matter.
You know, I understand people get mad, you know, and lash out, but be a little bit careful to the way you lash out. Coming from a guy who went on a tirade on Twitter and told everybody to go fuck their mother's cunt 100 million times, where Penny Arcade actually decided to put my fucking tweets on their fucking site. You know, I wear that like a badge of honor because you know what? I'm a fucking New Yorker and I get pissed at stupid shit. And when somebody talks down to me like I'm some kind of fucking moron truck driver, it pisses me off. You know, I mean, people act as if I'm some uneducated moron, and just because I hold myself in a certain way on the show, you know, if you would go to a tournament and come up to me, I'm not going to go up to you and be like, hey, yo, what's up, motherfucker? You know, I hold myself differently in public and when I talk, but that's who I am. But don't tell me who I am is stupid or wrong. So that's why, like I said, you know, whatever horror does in his personal, when you bring it out in the public, it kind of becomes, you know, in the internet universe, it kind of becomes open game, unfortunately. And I understand. I think he actually released some shit throughout all this chaos. And you know, I guess what was it? He made his boyfriend into an emote with like a glowing dick or something.
No,
Yeah,
what happened is he took pictures that he drew that he had that was supposed to represent like his boyfriend's furry. He cropped them down because obviously he couldn't, you know, leave them the way they were as a Twitch emote. He cropped them down and then he approved it as a icon to represent his boyfriend, but the thing is he made it global, so it goes across all pages. You know how Kappa is global. It goes across all pages, all mods, all everything.
Anyone can use it.
Yeah, so anyone can use it. Now, putting that into perspective, one of the streamers from from Speedrun, he said, you know, he was like, it was satirical. He wasn't even like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, it could have been like a comment from anyone. It wasn't even that serious. And he said, hey, you know, what can I do in order to get a global icon too? But like the way he said it, he was like, I think he said something like, you know, what do I have to do to get into your pants so that way you'll give me a global icon? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, something, it wasn't that serious. It wasn't meant to be like some type of super hate comment where, oh, you know, oh my God, it was like the worst thing he's ever heard. And because of that, horror banned him, and that's what set the avalanche.
That was Duke.
Yeah,
Hard Scratch or whatever the hell is Duke Bilgewater actually.
yeah. He said, "What's the quickest way into your pants so I get a global emote?" And he used the little icon that this guy just made to.
It wasn't even that bad of a joke.
Yeah, it was like whatever. It was like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I brought up South Park earlier. It's like it wasn't even satire. It was like literally like whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's such a silly joke.
Yeah, but so you gotta look at it this way. Now here's the thing that this is where, you know, the hypocrisy comes in. Had one of his friends or other admins said that very same statement, would he be wigged out?
Of course not.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
I don't
Yeah,
either.
I think
Of
maybe
course not.
personally, but would anything happen to this scale? Absolutely
Would
not.
he go to if HR even exists at Twitch and say this guy's sexually harassing me?
Yeah, like imagine if Jared Leah walked over to him, him and his "I want to look like Pretty Ricky as much as possible" looking ass walks over and says, "Hey," it says the same comment. You know what I'm saying? Nothing will happen to him. Be like, whatever.
This is the blue collar side of gaming streams, isn't it?
And that's
Yeah.
and you know what? And that's what you're right. This is we are like, I was joking around with Triforce.
I like it.
I was joking around with Triforce, and I told them, I'm Wtih from Dune, and they cast me out in the desert and shit, and I'm fucking around with the spice worms, and they thought they got rid of me. They thought by banning me that I would just crawl in a fucking hole and leave.
But the spice still flows.
But the spice flows, and now the name JamessMK has fucking repercussions. It destroys shit. If you say it with a voice box on, Twitch people actually curdle up.
You know what it is? It's when they banned you. I think they was probably. You know what it is with Twitch? I think no matter how big any of the streamers are on their site, they think, oh, you know what? No one's bigger than us. No matter what we do, they're just going to sit there and fucking eat it. So what probably happened is after they banned you, they figured, oh, whatever. He has no subscribers. He has no community. It blew their minds with the amount of people that were free OBS on Twitter. It blew their fucking minds. That's the problem. And they didn't expect it, and they couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying? It was something that it was out of control. So all they could do is the same thing they're doing now. Snarky tweets, oh, you know what? We're going to add a day for every time someone says that shit. Or we're going to, ostracize everybody that says, like, what is it? You was on Filipino Champ stream the other day, and didn't he get an infraction just because he was there?
Wait, what had happened was I went on Super Arcade with Mike Watson. Mike Watson and Alex Vi.
Yeah.
Got fucking some kind where they don't advertise you. They weren't banned, and they were kind of like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And what made it even worse, I didn't even come on for but like 10 minutes because they were playing KI, and I fell asleep. And then the next day I went on F Champs, and F Champ calls me up during the week, and he's like, "Yo, dude, I got banned." I'm like, "What?" He says, "Yeah, I got banned." I'm like,
yeah, just because you were there, just because you remotely were there. That's the thing. Now, see, they said, okay, well, James is on Ustream now, and then business as usual. I mean, I bother them as much as I can with my outlet and myself all the time, and we exchange here and there. But like now, they probably said, well, this guy that said something, it's probably gonna be a isolated incident. It's not gonna escalate. But they again didn't understand the type of community that is behind all these streamers. And this happens to be even bigger widespread, you know what I'm saying? Because now they mess with the speedrun community, and it's multiple of them they messed with. And each of them probably has upwards of 20,000 to 15,000 subscribers alone. You know what I'm saying? Those probably people. So it's like, you got to realize you have all of them now that you're also jumping in on. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to really be mindful of that. So on the topic of you talking to Microsoft, so what happens if, let's say, that emote stayed there or whatever, and in Twitch, when I be typing stuff up when I first was using Twitch, I get random icons in my sentences because I had no fucking clue what I typed. So it's like, imagine a little kid typing up and all of a sudden the furry icon comes up. So now little kid, hey, what's that? And he goes on Xbox web browser. And then he types it in, and that shit comes up. His mom walks in. What happens? You know what I'm saying?
Comics.
I mean, look. I mean, this is just my personal preference. I'm sorry, guys. We all have roped one out here and there on fucking the internet. You know what I mean, anybody that says they didn't is a liar. But let's be real here. I just can't here. You know what? This picture is a great looking picture. Where are we? Here we go. This is a great looking picture that streamer 629524 put up. Yeah. But I can't see myself jerking off to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what it is? You know what it is, James?
It's like the Latina Thundercat.
Yeah, she's a Latina furry, but the problem is, see, you know what it is? She needs to be a guinea pig. You know what it is? Remember, you're representing the guinea pigs right here, so she's not your cup of tea. You know, it's like, what is this nonsense? This is not no fucking.
Cats eat mouse. Cats eat mouse. I can't fuck with that. But then again, this might be the guinea pig that eats cat.
Yeah, that's that fucking. It's not a guinea pig. What is this?
But it's like. This is something that if you guys, and again, I am not, and I hear I seen people boasting me up on Twitter today, and I'm not, I guess I'm going to give that Batman, what was that Batman line? I'm not the hero you want. I'm not even the hero you need. You know, you guys have your voice. Don't let them dictate to you. You know, I'm not gonna be your. This ain't the grapes of wrath. I'm not fucking Cesar Chavez. You know, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. Like I've said on my show before, get a job, enjoy your games, make your money. Don't spend the next fucking 10 years thinking you're gonna fucking make $1 million in esports. You know, when right now, you know, the only fucking people are 4 teams in fucking League of Legends that are walking off with the millions of dollars. You know, so do what you want to do, but don't let nobody stifle your voice. Stifle. That's an Archie Bunker line.
And when you say something, make sure it's what you want to say and said clearly. You know, like say it like Duke has been talking on Twitter. You know, there are like some interesting people on Twitter that say things like, you know, I don't support what's happening. I don't support this. Like, why? Asking why. Sending letters to Twitch might help. But, like, if you want to speak up, the only way I can think of that people have been doing that bad is insulting horror, which is, like, I don't know. It's just not going anywhere.
It's not. No, like I said, it's not gonna help matters. It's going to make it a lot worse because now you're giving them cover. You know, rather than the message being delivered, the message is getting masked in that you're a bunch of homophobic, racist, you know, evil people that are only out for your own good, and you're cyberbullying this guy, you know, and that's how they're gonna. That's exactly what they want to convey.
That's the picture that needs to be painted for this to kind of play out in a Twitch favorable manner.
Yes.
So we shouldn't let that happen because they fucked up.
Yes. So guys, vent your criticisms, but you know, do it in a professional way. You know, don't go on there. Try not to be like, yo, fuck Twitch, eat my dick. You know, that's not gonna work.
Can I ask a question to the chat?
Go ahead.
Who on here is from Twitch and uses Twitch still?
I think probably a good number of them still use Twitch, actually.
Yeah.
I think like everybody. That's like I said, that's the staple. And the problem is Twitch became the staple. That's the problem.
It's so convenient, you know? It's like...
Yeah, exactly.
When people think Ustream, they automatically think, oh, that shit's old. And when they think stuff like Owned or Hitbox, it's like, it's not... You know, nobody's going to go there. I don't know. It's just like, who cares?
Another thing too is Twitch. They're really good at advertising, so it's like they're everywhere. Yeah. Like you can't like not see their name when it comes to stuff. You know.
Hold on a second. Let me see this one.
Dude, after today, I am having second thoughts, guys. I have such a love-hate relationship with this website.
Yeah.
Because shit like this happens. Like honestly, dude, dealing with the community of Twitch is like, it's like putting a fucking diaper on your furry baby. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, there's no other game in town. That's the problem. You know, at the end of the day, you got to look at this. They feel powerful right now because they know that Twitch has become the gaming site for streaming. Period. There are other people that stream here. You know what, Saxophone? I would never go back. I'm not ever going back there. I don't care if they turn around and offer me $100K a year. I'm not going back. I won't. I got a job. I make more money than they're gonna pay me. So fuck them. They can eat a dick, literally. You know, but my point is you guys, especially the speedrun guys, are now feeling what I felt back in June.
Oh God, yeah. James, I've been feeling it for a long time.
You know,
I felt it when that shit happened to you guys. I felt it when some stuff happened with AGDQ, which is like the big speedrunning convention.
Orochi Oni's killing me. It's my dream woman. I gotta fucking blow this
I
up.
fucking love this guy. Who are
Oni,
you?
Oni, Oni's the shit,
Oh
man.
shit, he found a woman in a fucking hamster suit. Oh shit. Mind blown. Mind blown. Not gonna lie. Mind blown.
Yeah, that's. I can't tell what she looks like. I mean, I'm sorry.
I think it's a hamster, but it's like
That's a guinea pig.
yeah.
Orochi, I like you're a funny guy, man. I want to give you like an kiss.
Well, okay, let's look at you could say that's the other thing, the allure about like the furry community is because everybody's wearing that nonsense. You don't know what you're gonna get underneath. That's the allure. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, let's say you look at her. Okay, you a white, okay, some white woman. She has curly red hair. That's all you got to go off of right now. So whatever else you find in there, James, that's on you here.
That's not gonna cut it, man. That's not gonna cut it. I need a little bit more information.
Oh no.
You know, and you know what? Saxophone. You know what? I should put together OBS speed runners to go around Twitch and just speed run. You know, remember when Keith said, "Oh, I'm gonna ban." Oh, so did Jeb Bailey. I'm gonna ban anybody that has OBS in their Twitter tag. You know?
I'm hitting up Duke Bill Jordan.
Those aren't even the same fucking website.
What was that?
Those aren't even the same website. Like, what does that have to do with? This is like YouTube and Google Plus. Like, what the fuck does something somebody says on Twitter have to do with Twitch?
Yeah, exactly. You know, well, that's because, you know, one of the problems with myself is being that I worked on the Mortal Kombat games. People have labeled me as like this, I don't know, fucking grandfather of Mortal Kombat or some shit. I'm not. Ed Boon's the fucking grandfather. I'm just a fucking stepchild. You know, but people had, you know, basically gone out there and said, well, is this the voice of your community? Motherfuckers, I never said I was the voice of nothing. I'm the voice of myself.
I think that's what anybody is. Everybody's just that. And in this case, everyone kind of is saying the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, and that's the thing, that this is not an issue that's the speed run guys. This is an issue that addresses anybody that actually winds up streaming.
Yes. Yes, it does. It really does. And that's why there's not as big a gap as it might seem.
I mean, I'll tell you this right now. I give full props to one person on Twitch that I know, and that's GQ. I like him.
I like GQ too.
You know, he's a stand-up dude. I got no fucking qualms with him. He's always been, you know, our conversations have always been cordial. So, you know, it's when somebody addresses me like I'm some kind of asshole that pisses me off. You know?
Well, when you have an abrasive way of approaching things, you see like what happens. People, you start to what's the word? You are polarizing in a way.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Like I said, when I address people on the show, my New York way, fucking this and that, that's that. But when I'm addressing you with text, you don't hear a fucking attitude. And I don't type in an attitude, you know, so it's like, but you can see through the responses, you know, attitude conveys over. I say like, hey, you know, I'm trying to, you know, figure out how to run it 720, just say. And the response is, well, you know, if you knew what you were doing, well, wait a second. You know, that's right there telling you the person has an attitude. You know, so you can see attitude come through the keyboard. And that's the part that pisses me off, that we live in a community that claims, well, we got to grow and we got to do this and we got to unify and we got to put our differences aside. But yet, the people that actually get the power in certain aspects of the community don't want to relinquish that power, and their egos go through the roof. And because of that, our scene obviously is taking a fucking hurting. You know, but it's sad because let me see this dream woman for Big Tank.
Yo, that guy, give him mod status. Yo, this guy's amazing.
Where is Orochioni? I gotta get his
+1
guy.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, yeah. Wow. This guy, your internet research is uncanny right now.
You know what's funny, James? With that 720p thing, like, if that guy knew what he was talking about, he probably would have just told you how to do it.
Well, even when they do, they you know, certain people will give you an attitude for trying to, because they look at it as a threat. And it's like any job in the world that you work. You know, my job, I maintain, you know, data fucking. I maintain switches and phone systems for like say Citigroup. I'm training their guys while I'm doing this, knowing that someday they're going to take my job. So it's like, well, I know I'll be somewhere else, so why am I going to give them an attitude? You know, why am I going to give them an attitude about that?
Well, Twitch, I guess it's abstract, you know, like the ascension of the ranks isn't as clear cut as it is in a real job. So like people just see other streamers, maybe they see, I don't know, this guy could be the next Cosmo Wright to my Sig Lemic, or the next, you know, whatever. I don't watch anything else really, so that's all I got. But you know what I mean, right? Like, nobody really knows what's going on as far as who's going to be successful and who's not. So,
hold on a second. 385-705. Email it to me at JamessMK at Hotmail. I can't promise anything because I don't know what you do. But I mean, if you send me a resume and it's something that I can actually push somewhere, I'll push it. I have no problem with that. I mean, you got to do the legwork. I can't get you the job, so.
So you guys play Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I've been playing Mortal Kombat for 20 years.
The last Mortal Kombat I played was on MAME, and I think it was like part 2 or something. And then I played the demo of the new one that came out, and I dig that Johnny Cage said his name for every move. That made him like such an awesome douchebag, but like I didn't like pick it up though.
Yeah, no, I've been playing MK since 91, 90. So I actually was testing it during the beta fucking in the beginning. Don't make me come on to defend my honor, sir. Good. You are a furry. Please explain.
We gotta get Horror on this show, man.
I would love to. He won't come. I mean, I
want to talk to Horror. I want to get to know his position. That's one of like my biggest problems with this whole thing.
You know what it is? I don't
anything.
think anyone from Twitch or them will even remotely hop on because they'll say, "Oh, you're not worth our fucking time." That's what they do.
Yeah, that's
what they're
the
doing.
attitude I'm talking about.
Because they think it's such an isolated
attitude.
incident. They don't get it. They don't really get it. Like.
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Yo. What's up, man? We're discussing furries. I don't know if I lost him or he's got to adjust his mic. Yeah, Horror will never come on because...
Listen, it's really hard to do stuff with paws, man. They don't have opposable thumbs. Fucking furries, yo.
Oh, God. But it's sad that it's come to something like this to wake some people up. Triforce's freaking utopia doesn't sound that bad these days. But, I'm glad that I see MLG, who, again, I got no qualms with them. They are going in this saying, well, we got to do it on our own. I admire that I gotta actually stream.
All right.
What's up, sir?
Maybe this should actually work now.
Yeah, we hear you better now.
We hear you better.
All right.
Yeah, so Jonathan was mentioning seeing you at Evo.
Yeah, I said because in my head I was like, wait a minute, I know there was that one dude that dresses up at events in a suit, and I was trying to think in my head. I was like, wait a minute, I seen him at Evo, I seen him at other events. And I was like, wait a minute, there has to be, and that's when James.
Is that you, Fiyah Ligar?
Yeah, it's Fiyah Ligar. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
So now, are you technically a furry or just a dude that dresses up as the Mad Cat mascot?
Complicated, but honestly, back in the day, I would consider myself a furry.
Yeah.
And have you always been?
Recently?
Have you always been a tiger?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if like Pokemon, you evolved from from just a house cat to a tiger.
Nah, it's always been red and black Ligar. It's always been that way for me.
Now, do you evolve? Like, I'm trying to understand this whole,
if you want me to.
Oh.
I mean, like,
See, he's a guinea pig, man. We're
Oh,
building his
yeah.
persona as we speak.
Yeah, he's a guinea pig right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So, let me. I mean, you obviously know about this culture, so I'm trying to understand it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, these guys were explaining, like, you know, I would be a guinea pig. Now, I can't get with, like, I mean, technically speaking, like, if I followed the chain of command or the pecking order of the species, can I actually hook up with like a dragon as a guinea pig, or is that like, how could you do that? You're breaking our code
I'm
of
saying,
rules.
like I said, you probably could. It's all based on that person's preference. You know what I'm saying? Like if they feel that they want to stay within their species, why am I saying? Yeah, I never thought I'd be saying this right now. If they want to stay within their species, right? Right? Then it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same reason you don't see lions fucking zebra. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all on that.
I don't know.
I don't know what the
I seen a legit dog tear a cat up.
I want to see. I
Is
want
it
to hear
yours?
where this theory was based off of. I'm curious to. Is this just something that you think of, or is this something that you've encountered
No,
yourself?
this is just stuff that I come up with in my head. Because, like I said, I don't know the whole thing. I mean, like I see you as a tiger with a lion behind you, and I'm like, was he trying to hit that lion? You know, it's like, you know, I don't know what, you know, the inner workings of it is. Like, do you? I guess it's almost kind of a racial divide or a species divide. You know, species-phobic, I guess. Like, you know, be like, you know,
That's actually Clawpaw, the furry god, they gather to worship him at a FuzzCon every year in the summer. It's the migration of the fursonas.
Orochioni, find me a half guinea pig, half dragon.
Okay, well, to answer your question, no, there are no actual boundaries of species, if you want to call it. If you are a guinea pig and you want to heck up with a dragon, go nuts. Some people, I mean, within the fandom, they like to, with their characters, actually use what they call size play, which is, you know, an actual dragon compared to a guinea pig, you know? And then others, you know, would rather have their persona represent them as a person. So, you know, you'll be a fucking New York guinea pig hooking up with some fucking Latina dragon.
I'd be kind.
So,
I mean,
case-
so if we had a kid, would he be like a little guinea pig with dragon wings? That'd be kind of
Yeah.
funky, man.
Oh, that reminds me
Yeah.
of Shrek, like Donkey, how he had the fucking donkey dragons.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what he looks like.
There you go. How did that shit work?
Apparently, well, because they're still together, as far as we know.
What is it? I know Vince. What's
So
it
here's a
called?
good example, though. Horror is a cat. His boyfriend
Uh-huh.
is a wolf.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I thought he was I thought it was the other way around. I thought he was a. What's here? Let me look at him. Let me bring that
Horror's
shit.
a cat. Horror's definitely a cat.
Horror the cat.
Uh,
Horror
Oh
the cat.
shit! Yeah, he's a cat.
I mean, I don't know the whole situation with horror. I've been. I mean, from
Yeah,
what I
dude.
know, is he the one that originated Bionic Bunyan face?
I don't know.
The wet face?
The Bionic Bunyan, the cat face for Twitch?
Yeah.
Well, he's the person in charge of getting the emoticons approved. That's his job. So like
Okay.
all of that stuff, like all the custom icons channels has, they get sent to him. He looks at them, make sure they're clean or whatever, and implements them.
Okay.
And he made the Bionic Bunny and
Yeah.
cat.
Okay. I mean, I assume that looking at his Twitter picture and then looking at the cat picture for the emoticon.
Oddly similar, if not exactly the same.
Dude, check this out. Orochi Oni is a fucking deity, man.
Yeah,
There's a dragon
Wow, that is crazy.
guinea pig. Oh god.
How are you doing these things? Yo?
Yo, don't question Orochioni.
A dragon pig. Woohoo!
now this is a guy I would want to permaban me.
But you know, and again, I like I said, different strokes, different folks. You know, I like to get beat with a whip and burnt with cigarettes. Doesn't make me a bad guy.
Oh. No.
But what we're talking about, I don't know how up to date or speed you've been on with this whole Twitch thing that was going on, because you know what happened with me in the video and all that other fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Well, Horror went into a new tangent and started banning first run, speed run players, based off of one guy's comment of a joke, and then it went from that to anybody that put a title in for their stream, which was fire.
Remove horror. I saw those.
Horror, yeah.
Remove horror.
They all got banned.
Yeah.
And it was such an innocent comment too. Like, all right, verbatim, he said, "Horror, what's the quickest way to get into your pants so I can get a global emote too?" And then he that's all. That was the only thing. And all of a sudden, because of that, that started the only avalanche. Like that was the yell in the Alps that made that shit just go crazy.
I think we're all like susceptible to getting offended by stuff. But would you be offended if someone said that to you?
It's I know already. It's the internet.
Yeah.
Like I know already. It's obvious.
Personally,
Anything's possible.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't get offended by anything, honestly. I mean, you could say anything to me. I wouldn't care. And for me, that sounded like a typical furry comment. If you guys ever get bored and look up Twitter, look up @typicalfurry. That's generally the mindset of most furries. And they say some dumb shit.
Hey, you know what? I feel the same way about Twitch sometimes, man. They say some dumbass shit.
I mean, it's like I said,
Still love them.
It's to the point where, you know, when I got banned, you know, like I said, everybody was like, all right, the cancer's gone, yada, yada, yada. And, well, guess what? There's new cancer, and it's the speedrun guys. You know, you basically, you got somebody butt hurt, and rather than them admit that they went overboard with their power, they're waiting for you guys to keep lashing out and saying stupid shit like go kill yourself, you know, which unfortunately is happening, and they're going to jump behind that and say, look at these guys, what they did. You know, and that's... You know,
there are a lot of mature people in the community that I think are going to get ignored because of all the inflammatory shit, you know?
Well, I mean, are they going to consider them terrorists like they did with the free OBS?
They're pretty much already going that route.
They're already going around. They're basically what they're doing is they're purging that community. So it's like they're like, okay, you know what we'll do? Instead of handling it in a proper way that any other company probably would have instead they're gonna erase and get rid of the entire the entire theory or the entire view of those people. They're gonna get rid of them. Like, oh, let's just get rid of everybody that supports that cause and we'll keep it moving.
Yeah, which is exactly what happened before.
Yeah.
Someone brings it up, handle
so.
What was it? Was it Gangs in New York when Leonardo DiCaprio's character brought up the Dead Rabbits, that gang from back then that fought Bill the Butcher? You know what I'm saying? When he brought it up years later, Bill was tight and wanted to kill everybody who even remotely mentioned that name. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate that, you know, it gets to that point. And like I said, you know, Microsoft and Sony they're gonna look at this. They're going to look at this because I'm going to put it in their fucking face.
Dude, please.
I'm going to put it in their face and I'm going to go, you know what? I was going to buy my little 7-year-old an Xbox One, but the fact that the administrator of a Twitch app that's on my goddamn Xbox and my PlayStation has a guy fucking with a cat with a fucking 12-inch heart on sticking up glowing in the dark. I don't want my kid to see that. You know, there's no benefit to that. For the communities.
Yeah, I hope you do that, man. Streamers are just thinking right now, fucking Sony, please just look at me, pay attention to me. Come on, please.
You know, maybe then it'll force other streamers to realize that, you know, and it's what Triforce said, you know, the people are going to be left in the dark, and they're basically in the position where they feel they can dictate to you. They're not a bazillion-dollar company. You know, 45 million views is minuscule compared to what YouTube gets.
Yeah.
You know, and again,
YouTube sucks too.
I'll put this out here. Because everybody, you know, I didn't go after people calling them Twitch bitch snitches and all that shit, but I'm a Twitch bitch snitch. Fuck you. You fucked me. Eat a fucking sandwich of your own shit. All right, you don't have a BMI license. Every person that streams and plays music is a TOS violation, but yet they let that go. But see, over here at Ustream and YouTube, they actually have those licenses now, so I can legally play it. Do you know how much back, if they go back to these videos and say, well, we're going to charge you for every song that these guys are playing? How
I
ugly
can
that
see
would
them
be.
doing that realistically after this. Like, honestly, I would not be surprised by anything at this point.
Oh yeah, and they're going to come back to them and they're going to say, I know you wanted to spend $20 million opening up more bandwidth speed, but unfortunately we're charging you $19 million for copyright violations on all these songs that you got to pay out these artists. And that's called you fuck me, I'll fuck you harder. And that's what they get. And if somebody in the community says, oh, but you're hurting the scene. No, I'm not. I'm opening people's eyes. Because they're taking money from you guys. Anybody that streams out there, how much do you make? I was making $100 like every 5 or 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah. So all these guys, you got to stream 24/7. You got to be like Arturo and just fucking whore yourself out there and run shit every fucking day.
You gotta have a monopoly like Spooky does at every event.
Yeah.
Or become a network.
Yeah, but Spooky. I don't have no grudge against Spooky. I mean, I like Spooky. I'm glad that he does what he does. He brings light to the scene that otherwise would be complete darkness. Unfortunately, like Sanford has said on previous episodes, the flip side to that is now guys are like, well, I'm not playing my match here. I got to play it on the stream, because they want their 15 minutes of fame. Where I'd be content playing if I made it to grand finals. I'd play my fucking grand final. But no, I don't want to play on stream. I'm camera shy. What are you at the airport?
No, I'm just chilling outside. I'm watching a cop go pull somebody over right now.
But it's for me, this is a little sweet for me. I got to admit, somebody put some sugar in my Kool-Aid and it tastes damn good watching this unfold, because this is the same guy that fucked with me.
Yep, when they first went down, I said I could only imagine James right now. Only imagine, in my head. I was like, this is it right here. This is the movement he was waiting for. Like, it was right here,
My smile was so big that my eyes hurt. My fucking eyes hurt.
What did Horror do to you specifically during your incident?
During my incident, he's the one that actually put the ban out. He's the one that wouldn't even address the issue. When I put a ticket in to have it addressed, he was just basically like, well, you're a homophobic racist.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And now that I know he happens to be gay, I actually see why he decided to wear the On Blast show as a badge of honor, rather than leave his sexuality and his stance on anything that has to do with homosexuality to the side and say, look, it's okay for another guy to jerk off on stream and get unbanned, but for me to make one statement, and didn't even make a statement, play a video that was stupid, that went overboard without screening it, and I deserve a ban for life. Where do you draw the line of what's bad? Now, I'm going to say something, and I don't give a shit if it's controversial or not. If it was a girl roping one out, would he ban her?
Probably.
But he was a guy, so he got unbanned. And there's a disconnect between these admins, because like I said, their business model has been built off of IRC. Give a couple of mods, and after you get a couple of mods, let them run amok, and they'll control shit the way they want. Where you look at somebody like Ustream or these other places, there's no need. I mean, I'll mod people that, whoever's in the chat, but there's no overseer of Ustream unless something comes back so ridiculously stupid, like I'm streaming porn. There's no reason for them to step in. And they actually, if Twitch wants to correct this mistake, I hate to say it, remove Horror the Cat.
Remove horror.
Remove the horror of Twitch.
Horror! Remove the glorified hall monitor, please.
and it's funny because there's been people, I've seen a couple of people that were getting banned this week also. I think one of them was that Giuna JP. I think it's a dude in Japan that got banned. I see a lot of people getting banned lately, but these bans don't last. And the West Coast there's a bias towards West Coast. Now I will ask this question: if I was gay, would have I been banned?
You probably would have had a slap on the wrist, but you'd be back.
Exactly.
If you mention it a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have been back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Hey, don't do that again. That's offensive. Gay pride, and then poof.
And Grow said it in the chat. Kevin Sparks with the with his thing with the list. That set a fire across the universe. And it's like people are getting banned for the dumbest shit. Even with that the post that you had, Jonathan, about the girl from Twitch responded to that.
Yeah.
So you're telling me if I tell an admin you're a dick, that's hate speech?
Well, if remove horror is hate speech, that is certainly hate speech.
Yeah.
I mean, under that.
Exactly. So if something as simple as remove horror is hate speech, you're an asshole is going to wind up being like fucking.
You're going to end up in Twitch internment camp. Twitch.
Listen, if they want to play games, we could just run around saying that we're all afraid of horror movies. We can't do it. Pumpkinhead Jason, I can't do it. I can't watch it. That's what we were talking about. Oh my God, Freddy Krueger, no way.
It's and like Chocolate Charm just said, it's real life karma. If you're a dick to people, eventually the dickish ways are going to catch up to you. And that's why, one of the reasons why I also started this show was because I'm a recovering dick, people, in case you didn't know it. In the 90s, I was the biggest cocksucker on the planet. I would play you in Mortal Kombat with one hand, blow you the fuck up and be like, go eat a dick, leave me alone. Go look up Thor Ackerlin. For those who don't know, he was the guy who won the Nintendo World Championship. He came to our party at Acclaim with a camera crew and everything. He's going to blow up JamessMK. I sent him out of that fucking party with tears in his eyes, telling his friend to erase his VHS tape of fucking footage because they're not using that. And then the next day he practiced anti-airs and came back and tried to do it again. And I was like, nah, it's not going to work. It did better, but it's not going to work. And I played him with one hand. And it's because I used to think like, wow, people like this. They like watching me put on this show. But I didn't hear behind the people going like, ooh, ahs, like, man, that JamessMK guy's a real dick. I didn't hear that because I was like, wow, the people love me. So basically what comes around goes around. And, I would hate to see him lose his job for the simple fact that I'm not as vindictive as him. But, like I was telling you earlier, Fiyah, that the way he did it to me was really scumbaggish. It was like very condescending. He wrote a War and Peace email to me, telling me how I'm homophobic, that this show has nothing to do with video games, that you're not streaming, that if you were streaming, then, things would have been different, but not really because you're racist too, and you breed hate, and basically continued the whole you're a cancer to the community. Now, this is an admin. He could have easily said, listen, you violated our TOS, that's it, sorry, man, I can't help you. But meanwhile, he would I was seeing people get banned for worse things, and it was getting lifted. And I said, guys, watch out. If he does it to me, he'll do it to anybody he wants. And lo and behold, we're at this stage now, and hopefully Microsoft and Sony wake up and say, you know what, we really don't want to be attached to these guys. And again, it's not a matter of sexuality or any of that shit, just business. It basically comes down to like what Jonathan was saying. Gay rights and all that stuff. Businesses don't want that to be the forefront of their company. And if they're gonna try and spin this as the speedrunners are just bigoted, as that other kid said, bigoted fucking racists, it's not gonna turn out good. They're definitely
Well, it's not true.
No, but I'm saying it's not gonna turn out good for Twitch. Because these guys are going to look at this and they're going to go, wait a second, who are we associating with here? We're associating with, whether they think they're, at the forefront for gay rights is noble, but we're running a business. We're not running, the gay rights advocate group. We have that in our human resources, and that's where we deal with that issue, not as a business partner. We don't want, honestly.
They don't want any advocacy of any political nature.
Exactly.
Of course, especially that, because that's like a really big hot topic right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still going on. That's ongoing right now everywhere. In the Senate, it's everywhere. No one wants their company to be seen as some not. What is it? Remember that Chick-fil-A shit, yo? That fucking guy. Yeah. Oh, hey, I didn't. The CEO or whatever, the man is gonna die in like a day and shit. He was talking about fucking. He didn't agree with it or whatever. All of a sudden, the biggest controversy all over the internet on the planet. Everyone's talking about it. It was on CNN, that shit is
and
everywhere.
Nobody will eat chicken again.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. You can't deal with that type of repercussions, especially if you're a company that thrives on revenue and catering to people. You know what I'm saying? Your return on investment is going to be terrible, especially if, like, let's say, ironically, that just so happens to be a really big part of the people that were buying your product. What happens now?
But it backfired because Chick-fil-A did great.
They think of gay rights instead of chicken.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A did crazy. I remember seeing that. They had like a record-setting day
sales,
or something like that. Yeah.
And if I was the owner, I'd be like, I don't agree with gay marriage, but you motherfuckers are the shit. You made my fucking numbers double, man. And it's funny because I seen somebody during the whole horror cat thing. I was skimming around, just trolling around on Twitter, and I seen somebody mention oh my god, they're opening up a Chick-fil-A in fucking my area. This is gonna suck. I'm like, really? I understand, again, are all the people that watch this show homophobic and racist because I put a video on?
Yes.
Even though everybody, even though half the audience curled up in their chair going, oh my god, he's not doing this, is he? Unfortunately, guys, like I mentioned, it's a bad excuse, but it's the only excuse I got. It's like I was watching it too, guys, going, oh shit, this is a little much. This is a little bit extra over the top here, but fuck it, let it ride. I wasn't gonna cut it. Again, from what I knew about the guy, he was a gay guy that happened to be black, and he was pissed off about an event, and he went to town, and I come from a generation that, unlike Keats, I would have fought back. I would have put out a fucking video about me.
Later, Big.
All right, Big. I would have put a video out about me breaking my balls, insult me some way, shape, or form. And try to ride off of it. I mean, look, when Filipino champ went to PAX and talked that shit to the injustice community, and I made the little fucking lemon fucking. I mean, dude, not for nothing. I mean, could that be construed as racist? I mean, he's Asian, and the lemon was yellow. I didn't even think about it at that point. I just figured he was the smallest guy I've been fucking with, so I said he ain't worthy of a cantaloupe. But you want to know something? I think F Champ is a cool ass motherfucker.
I just want to say, to clear something up, all speedrunners are completely bigoted. We all hate gay people, black people, religious people, dogs, aliens. Yeah,
especially
fuck cats. Basically.
Well, I mean, the reason I really can't get too involved with this because I don't.
Nah, just kidding. Fuck it, we love you.
The speed run community, I don't know a lot about it. I watch it sometimes. I love watching speed runs.
We're really sarcastic.
See, now look, I'm going to show my softer side. I think this picture's cute as fuck. I wouldn't even attach it to horror. I wouldn't even attach it to horror.
What fucking picture? God damn it, dude! I need to see
It's a
this.
bunch of it's a bunch of
Those are meerkats or some shit.
No, those
prairie
are
dogs.
dogs.
Prairie dogs.
Prairie dogs, yeah, those. Yeah, prairie dogs. Yeah.
Those are
You know,
prairie
we have
dogs.
no animals here in New York City, so I wouldn't fucking know.
They just heard what Horror the Cat did, and they're like, damn. Every one of them, if you look at their eyes, yeah, that's cool as hell. See, that's the softer side of me. I'm not always mean, you know, but it's like I said, it's don't attack the guy's sexuality. Don't tell the guy to die. Don't say stupid shit. You know, I mean, I tell people to go fuck themselves, and all of a sudden I'm in fucking Penny Arcade articles.
Yeah, save that stuff for the On Blast show, everybody.
You know, and even the here, I don't want to hear you tell a guy you want him dying. God forbid, you know, God forbid. And look, don't get me wrong, people. I don't like horror. I don't like him.
Yeah,
but I don't
see,
wish him death.
I think what you don't like what he has done.
No, I don't like him. I don't like him.
I don't like him either, actually.
You know,
no.
I mean, in the beginning it was I don't like what he's done. But it was the dismissive, pompous, cocky, you're an admin. Yo, fucking retard. You're a fucking admin for a goddamn site. It can't,
A really popular one.
It can't pay that much. I'm telling you now, it can't pay that much.
Even if it did, would that give him a right to be an asshole?
No, it doesn't. You know.
All right, wait, hold on. Before we go anywhere, I believe you'd say because he's an admin, it gives him power, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the furry community, well, from what I've seen, it's built around a lot of people that aren't really, the toughest people in the world. A lot of nerdy guys, shy, not talkative. You get somebody like that power, and then it begins to construe inside of them, hey, I can use this however I want and how I see fit. And so I guess over time, he's just come to realize that he can do whatever he wants. The more and more he can keep getting away with it, because no matter what the people that he's working with, they're going to back him up.
Yeah, but eventually that ends. Eventually people start to say, well, this guy's a little bit over. Dude, I was a fucking nerd growing up. We were, let's be real here. There ain't one person in this chat that wasn't nerdy in some way, shape, or form. We play fucking video games and dress up like fucking cosplay. I mean, guys, come on.
We play video games.
I'm not disagreeing.
I watch people play video games. The majority of my day is watching other people play video games. And that could probably be said for a lot of people on this website.
And then, you know what it is, too? I kind of hate the term nerd because we don't have something else, because a lot of people like to use it in a negative tone. But, if you look at it, to put some perspective on it, okay? Vin Diesel, right? Macho in movies, action movies, all that bullshit. Well, guess what? Well, mind blown some people. What do you know about 4th edition D&D? He wrote the fucking book. Look that up.
Really?
He wrote the book, no bullshit. And
problem.
he's even the people that made the Chronicles of Riddick game, he took his own money, got the team back together to continue under his own company that he created. He loves video games, MMOs, and everything, and plays D&D religiously. And he
Mark
said
Vincent
it.
is a beast. Yes, it's so cool.
Vin Diesel, no joke.
He actually has a tattoo of his D&D's of his D&D character's name in Elven.
Yeah.
That guy's a bad motherfucker.
That man's awesome, not gonna lie.
I'm glad you brought him up. I think he should have a stream.
Definitely.
That guy needs to stream on Twitch.
Come on, he was the voice in the Iron Giant. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, he was?
Yeah, the Giant, that was Vin Diesel.
He was the Giant? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I got a copy of the Iron Giant sitting right here.
He was in Saving Private Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Vin Diesel's everywhere.
Holy shit, you're right.
Somebody just asked me, is it the perfect time to start your own streaming business?
No. Never a perfect time.
No, it's not. You know what? It's not an easy business, man. It's not.
Wait till somebody assassinates League of Legends popular player here, then take over.
Nah, I just don't want to stream.
Dude, this is what I'm saying.
All right.
Shit's going so out of hand right now. There's so much drama, so much strife in the community right now.
You know what it is?
If you love doing it, Do it, man. Start doing it. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's streaming,
The reason everyone wants to
speedruns.
stream is because it's becoming to the point where it's getting notoriety for being like people see it as an easy source of revenue, but they don't understand that it's not a really big source of revenue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need crazy numbers, subscribers, and you need to know marketing. You need to know SEO, which is search engine optimization for those that don't know in the chat. You need to really know this shit if you even remotely are going to make that type of money. You know what I'm saying? People don't just, we're esports now. Look, I brought a house just for us to train in. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that doesn't happen overnight. None of that can be sustained just by streaming. Like, hey, watch me play Street Fighter. Watch me play StarCraft. Watch me play this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the biggest problem with streaming. Everybody wants that quick ride to, like, just go.
That's why, just from, like, I think speedrunners are trying to legitimize it by having goals and, like, persistence and, like, constant work and all this shit.
Yeah.
Trying to make it something a little bit more. So, I mean, of course, the same thing could be said for esports, like, to an nth degree. So I can see where, like, the potential is there. Like, it could be something someday, like when TV is out of date and nobody really watches cable anymore. People are looking more for immediate streaming content. I could see it, like, this being the time to get in if you want to cash in on it later. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it'll be more profitable.
Like I said, and I've said it dozens of times, I am technically, I guess I am, unless, I mean, somebody tells me differently, I'm the oldest in the FGC. My generation don't give a fuck and will never sit and watch a bunch of guys, younger guys that nonetheless, play games on TV. They're just not going to do it. They got wives, kids, they got a choice between fucking Call of Duty, League of Legends, or the New York Giants. They're picking the Giants. You know, and until your younger generation catches up. You know, my generation was the beginning of the video game, quote-unquote, revolution. We lost interest due to one of the major reasons, the complexity of the games. You know, a lot of us were, just give me A and B and leave me the fuck alone. You know, now it's A, B, C, D, X, Y, right 1, right 2, left run, right 2, analog 1 and 2, motion sensor, fucking connect this, fucking dance pad this, and it turned off a lot of these players. And I know this from experience because, like, my brother was a big gamer, and he was a year and a half older than me, and he just got out of it because he would play games like Madden. He was big into Madden. And then all of a sudden, Madden went from 3 buttons to 6 buttons, from 6 buttons to like 12 buttons. And they lost him with the simplicity of the game by trying to bring out the better graphics. You know, he didn't need all that. He was happy with Tecmo Bowl. You know, or, you know,
I'm happy with Tecmo Bowl.
You know, but
Tecmo Bowl is the best.
Our generation being turned off means it's going to start with one of your guys' generations, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are looking to be that. You know, we're trying to be that, like, Siglemic or Cosmo or, you know, Worcester or whatever the hell. Like, we want to kind of be on the forefront of this era of entertainment, or, you know, whatever.
The esports era.
It's not, I wouldn't even say it's the esports. I say, like, what streaming is doing right now, no one's going to see real profits from this shit until, like, 10 years later. It's like, or even more, it's like the Bitcoin effect. Everybody and their mother probably back then, yo, you should do Bitcoins. Oh, man, yeah, these things are now. Back then, who gives a fuck? It made no money. But now that it's, like, damn near almost 19 years later, all of a sudden now one Bitcoin's worth $500 and all this crazy shit. But that's only for, you know, those people had to work to get from that point back then to where there is now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Streaming ain't gonna kick off until way later. Because look at it now. The new consoles are just starting to even remotely natively support streaming. So that means it's picking up footing, but you're not gonna see. You really think that Microsoft's gonna allow, like, little Timmy that's like 8 years old that lives in the middle of Nevada to make money using their Xbox to stream his gameplay?
Well, he could make money on Diablo 3 if he wanted.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like
Nah.
Blizzard's getting rid of the auction house soon, so I don't know how long he'll be able to make money with that.
Probably not. He probably wouldn't even make money in the first place. But
Irrelevant.
yeah, but right now, I don't know if it's as much about money to every individual as it is just getting into it. You know, like starting. Yeah. Don't expect a lot as far as money goes, but keep continuing to try at it. I think would result in there being money in the future, even if not for us, even for somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is shit like this overshadows that. I'm an investor. I'm Chase Manhattan Bank or I'm AIG Insurance. I own a fucking rugby team. I own fucking stadiums. I got money to piss away into things. I look at this scene and I go, get the fuck out of here. I'm not putting money into a scene that just has an episode like just what just happened. You know, and on both sides, not just horror, on our side as well.
I think a lot of people handled it in a stupid way, which is what happens when you're on the internet and everyone can talk.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing with the internet though is everybody's anonymous to an extent. Sure, you have a username, doesn't mean it's real.
On Twitch, when you like, that's where the anonymity ends, when you can get traced back to your username and stuff like that.
I mean,
but on the internet, you have that like feeling that what I'm saying doesn't have as much weight as if I said it to a person to their face. And yeah, they feel like they can say pretty much anything. But I think what that does, it does overshadow like what we're trying to do as a community overall. But it also, in a way, like in my opinion, it shows like our ability to become active about something we care about, you know, and our ability to speak up and speak our minds. Like that's pretty important quality that I think we can take away from this as being a positive thing.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has. You know what? It opens up a door as far as, like for us, as a matter of fact, our community. Like we're not really too keen on the speed run scene because we don't really know much about it. But we all know what it's like to get fucked with.
Oh yes. I feel the same way about your situation.
You know, and it's like, you know, and not even me. Like I said, I'm over it. But I just don't like the fact that, you know, this same guy power trips on everybody now, and there was a repercussion for me putting that video up, and I accepted that repercussion. I've tried to talk to people, tried to get things done, but it never worked, so I accepted it. But they got to understand, guess what, motherfuckers? There's a repercussion to you guys being assholes, too. You know, and the repercussion is you're making people leave you. You know, and Saxophone saying we're gonna get some OBS speedrunners and watch. If you really don't care about getting banned from Twitch, just put OBS in your fucking name.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Well,
it's like OBS is a 4-letter word over there.
You guys gonna watch my speed runs of Chameleon Twist for N64?
Chameleon Twist?
Yeah. Now that's my persona, by the way. I'm a chameleon.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it. Like I said, I just like watching. You know what it is? I like watching speed runs. Never know the people that I'm watching, except when I watch GQ playing a game. But you know, I watch streams randomly. You know that I just let me go see if anybody's playing fucking Zelda. You know, I watch Sweet Johnny Cage fucking speed run Zelda a couple of fucking dozen times. I actually learned shit that I didn't know, shortcuts and shit. I'm like, damn, I had no idea this shit was like that. You know, I mean, legitimately, I'm one of those guys. I do the game from start to finish and get everything. So I'm not looking to do it fast. But
the thing about video games and the ways they can be accessed and approached, as opposed to other forms of media like books, movies, things that are linear like that, is that you can enjoy them in like both ways, or even more than both ways. You know.
I'm gonna start fucking checking more of these streams out before they all get banned and closed down.
Trust me though, you're not missing much. I mean, we're all really gay.
Wait, what?
Oh god.
Yeah, we don't want your homophobic stuff in there, James.
I
Just
can't.
coming
Actually,
ruin.
I can't watch it now.
You
That
wanna watch-
goes against my
you wanna
beliefs.
watch Tri-Hex, man. Watch some Tri-Hex. That guy's a beast.
But I mean, look, at the end, it's up to you guys. I'm going to work today, and I get paid, and it doesn't affect me directly. I'm happy over here in the Ustream universe. I mean, what do you got, 40, 50 people here right now? I'm content with that.
Hey, man, thanks for saying something, though. Like,
Dude, I'm at fucking work right now. Shit. Fucking calling me and shit.
Hey, you were questioning it, and I had to bring you in so you can actually be in the know. I needed you to be in the know, man.
Well, I just heard people were talking shit about me, so I was like, yo, put me in.
No, it wasn't nothing negative. It was just, oh yeah, that Tiger dude.
Yeah, yo, that's why we brought you up. I was like, wait a minute, I know there was someone that walks around events like that. Because it's like, you know what it is? If you look at the FGC, like, not for nothing, they may get bad press, but like, there's literally one person from every community in the FGC. Like, literally has everything in one place, like a melting pot. You know what I'm saying?
Is.
okay,
I agree.
Trust. We've been discussing the banning of multiple users on Twitch TV by Horror and Crew.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, Trust, the dude who banned me just went to all the speedrun guys and started banning them for putting remove horror in their